Welcome to Basics and Beyond, the podcast, episode 35, The Real Secret to Hitting Your Goals. I am 2 weeks post bodybuilding show, and today we are talking about the fact that there are some truths about discipline, how your thoughts and actions shape every goal you have, and how you can reach those goals easier with a few strategies. Join us today. Welcome to episode 35, everyone. I am super happy to be here and even more happy that you're here. As I always say, these episodes are for you to hopefully take some things that I've experienced, some things I've learned, and apply them to your life. And today is definitely one of those days. As you know, I did a bodybuilding competition. Oh gosh, it's been 2 weeks ago now. Feels like forever. And I never thought I would do that. Truly, never thought, even crossed my mind that I would actually do something like that. And I set a goal and I did it. And people who know me, and even people who don't or think they know me, might think that that's just who I am. I set a goal. I'm so disciplined. Everything is just wonderful and I don't struggle. And that is a complete lie. That's not true. I struggle all the time, just like you, just like everyone. We all struggle. We just different, some of us struggle with same things. Some of us struggle with different things. Some of us struggle with the same and different things depending on the day, right? So I'm going to use my experience to talk about the things that I've taken from that and used in my life from then, but also I'm going to talk about the things I've learned in my life that I used during that prep time for that bodybuilding show, and the things that made me successful, and the things that helped me to my goal, and the things that I struggled hard with that I leaned into. So today we're going to talk about something that is going to help everyone. It helps all of us, no matter what our goal is. It doesn't matter if your goal is health related, if it's performance related, if it's work related, whatever your goal is, relationship related, this is key. And I say key, meaning this is a key action. Okay. There are two parts, right, to every success that we have. There's two parts to every goal that we have. In fact, there's two parts to every day of our life. There are actions and our thoughts. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about the action part, and one action part that really helped me to reach that goal of getting on stage. So here's the interesting thing, and I don't think I've talked about this part. When I decided 2 years ago that I wanted to get ready for a bodybuilding competition, I said to my coach at the time, I don't know if I'll ever actually get on stage, but what I want to do is see if my body can get to that point where I've always looked like I thought I wanted to look. And if I don't get on stage, that's fine. Because I didn't want to set too big of a goal, right? I wanted to take control of the controllables. And I knew that training was in my control, eating was in my control, all those things. And then this year came around and I have a new coach, and I said the same thing. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually going to get on stage. However, I know that I want to do the work and see if I can get there. And if I don't get on stage, if I don't look like I should be there, then I won't. And he said, that's great. We'll just get pictures taken and they'll look fabulous. I'm like, awesome. So I engaged someone else in my journey on that level, on the level of this is actually what I think and what my goals are. And I want you to hold me accountable to that. So that was something, right? That's important. So I went into this not knowing if I was actually going to get on stage. And that was fine. What I wanted to do was go through the process. The process was the most important part for me. And as I reflected back on that, I realized even all the years that I did 12 half marathons and 6 marathons in my 30s, the process was more enjoyable for me than the actual event, the actual race, the actual competition. So it made sense that I would want to go through the process, whether or not I chose to get on stage. So, what were the actions that made it possible for me to get my body to the spot where I actually did get on stage? And I'm going to be sharing pictures because I just got a bunch of them back. The biggest thing that helped me be successful, and the thing I had to lean into the hardest, is the thing that we're talking about today, is the thing that's going to help you be successful with any goal, no matter how big or how small, no matter what area of your life you have it in. This is going to be the key action for you. And it's simple, but it's not easy. And it's called having a routine. Having a routine, having a schedule, having a structure, whatever word you want to use for it, that is going to be the key action that you set up for yourself to be successful. Now, I talk to my clients about this all the time. In fact, I was just having coffee with a friend yesterday, and we were talking about it there just in terms of real life stuff. My friend is a young mom. Well, she has young kids, right? She's a professional. She's a high level IT VP, all those little acronyms, right? She's that girl. She is killing it in her professional life. And she has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and she has a husband, and she has a house, and she has all those things. Anybody else out there? Come on. Whether you have children or a high-powered career, both, neither, we are still, all of us out here putting in the work, grinding away. And we also want to be healthy, and we want to feel good, and all those things. And we have other goals. In order to make those things happen, we have to create that structure and that routine for ourselves. And it looks different for everyone because it's based on your lifestyle. It's based on all the things going on in your life and the goal that you have chosen. So we have to be very careful, first of all, when choosing our goals, depending on where we're at in our life, depending on what's going on this month or next month or this year or next year. We have to be very conscious of that, because the process of getting to that goal is the key. The structure around your process to get to that goal, those are the things that are going to get you to the goal. We can say we have this great goal and it's way out here, and there's a great goal, and we talk about like a big, hairy, audacious goal, right? Yes. That doesn't mean anything if you leave it out there and you just look at it and go, there it is. What are the steps? What is the structure? What is the process that you have to go through? What are the things you have to do consistently, not constantly? Constantly means you're perfect and it happens every time. Consistently over time to get there. What were those things for me to get my body to the place where I wanted it to be? Number one, I started early. You know how they say early and often? That was it. I started early. I was training, like I said, for the past 2 years. I was working hard in the gym for the past 2 years. I still am. It looks a little different right now, but we'll get there. I also set myself up to be able to stick to a nutrition structure. I have been on meal plans before. I have done macros. I know how to log my food. I know how to weigh my food. I know when to give myself a break, right? We have to take those goals, break them down into small, actionable targets that we can hit most days. And most days means how fast do you want to get to that target? Okay. Like for me, towards the end, the last 2 months, that target was right there. And that meant it was most days meant every day. Most days meant every single day. I hit my macro targets, or I ate on my meal plan. I didn't eat off plan. I did all my cardio. I did my training when I was supposed to. I got my sleep because I was right up against it. Right. So we have to put everything in context, right? If your goal is 3 years away, maybe have a little more wiggle room until you get closer to it. Or maybe in the next 6 months, you don't have wiggle room, but then you'll get a little more wiggle room because things will even out a little bit more, and then you'll have to hit it hard again. Every goal is different. Every process is different. But what we have to do is look at what are the consistent things that we need to be doing most days to be able to hit those targets to do that. And how do we hit those things most days? We set up a structure for ourselves. We as human beings, think about this. We as human beings thrive on parameters. We thrive on structure. We thrive on boundaries. We thrive on having patterns, having a set time to go to bed, having a set time to wake up. And here's the thing, we all know this as adults. We think we can hack the system because we're older, we're smarter, we're veterans on the planet, whatever the heck we think. But really, if you think about it, we're just taller, sometimes fatter, sometimes smarter kids. We know when we look at those children, however old those children are, think about it, the kids that you had, the kids that you have, the kids that you know. If they don't have structure, if they don't have parameters, if they don't have boundaries, and most of the time it's those boundaries that we set because we know what's best for them. They have to go to bed at this time. They have to nap at this time. We have to give them food. Oh my God, don't give a kid food. See how hangry they get, right? If we set up those parameters for them, number one, they're healthier. The big piece to the puzzle, they're happier because they need that structure. Our bodies and our minds need that. Our minds take up a ton of energy. Our mind is always looking to create the path of least resistance. And what is that? That means we set up structures and patterns and schedules and routines that become second nature. So our brain doesn't have to work so hard to figure out how to make it happen. So what does that mean? For my process, I got up in the morning at the same time. I took my supplements at the same time. I had my water at the same time. I had my pre-workout drink. I worked out on certain days. I did cardio in the morning, every morning, fasted cardio. I made sure to go to bed at a certain time. I made sure I did meal prepping one day a week so that I had all my food, right? I food prep. I don't really meal prep. But how did I make that happen? I live and die by my schedule. I have a schedule. I have it scheduled. And after the show, my schedule changed. So now I have different training days. So I put my training into my schedule. I blocked off my schedule. I put myself into my schedule. Because if I don't do it. And I know that. If I don't, my schedule is open to anyone at any point in time. And I get real flexible with, oh, I can push this off. I can do this then. And by the time I go, oh, I can, I can train later in the day. And then it's 4:00 and I am not going to the gym at 4:00 because everybody else and their brother is there. That's not happening. So I have to schedule myself, schedule my life, schedule those daily actions that I need to do for me to feel good about myself, for me to feel better, for me to be healthier, for me to reach those big, hairy, audacious goals that I have. I have to set consistent targets each day, and it has to be in my calendar. It has to be on my schedule. So for those of you out there, I've worked with lots of moms with lots of things going on, and I've heard about these big, and I have them. I have a board, right? Big whiteboards. I have a whiteboard desk. It's kind of fun. If you are not on your whiteboard, if you're not on the family whiteboard and you don't have your own color, I challenge you, get your own color, put yourself on the damn board. You deserve it. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of them. And think about it this way. Every single day, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you move through the world, the way that you prioritize your life is the way you're teaching your children to prioritize themselves. It's the way you're teaching them how to be healthy. It's the way you're teaching them how to treat other people. And if you show them that you don't matter, they will actually grow up and feel like Everyone else is more important than them, and they will not put themselves on the calendar or the schedule either. That's for you parents. If you're a grandparent, it's the same dang thing. It's the same thing. And if you don't have children, what the hell are you doing? You really are the most important person. We all should be number one on our priority list. Number one on our priority list. Because if we are not healthy and we are not functioning and we are not moving and working and doing and feeling good, no one else around us is going to get the benefit of who we truly are and what we can truly bring to the planet. So, not to say it doesn't have to be constant, it has to be consistent. What are the things each day? Start with 1, start with 2. Set that as your goal, your target for the day, and hit it. Hit that target. I do this with all of my clients. We have habit trackers that we use, and we set habits. What is the habit today? What is the thing that you're going to do today that's going to create that system and that structure and those building blocks for you to actually reach the goals that you have? Don't let anybody take them away from you, because you are important and you deserve it. And if you have a question or you need some help, please reach out to me. Please, because guess what? Even though I did this bodybuilding competition, even though I had all those things set in stone, even though I'm pretty good at hitting those targets, the second piece of the puzzle, remember we said action and then thoughts. The thoughts are the things that are going to derail you. And that is where the struggle happens. And that's where I help my clients, right? We set up the actions and I support them through the struggle. Because boy, I tell you, I struggled and I'm still struggling. Every day there's a struggle. So if you're struggling, reach out. Let me know how I can help. And here's your task. Today, it's the weekend. Whether you're listening to this on the weekend or you're listening to it later, today, put yourself on your calendar and make sure you're on your calendar every single day. Something for you, some action that gets you closer to whatever goal or goals you're working on. Please reach out. Let me know what you and I hear about, what you want me to talk about. I am here for you. You can find me everywhere, socials and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm loving YouTube. I'm setting some shorts in there. It's kind of fun, those little videos. If you have questions, like I said, let me know. I am here for you. I am here to help you rise and redefine your life and make it the best life that you can. Have a great day.